We just spent 14 nights on a Virgin Voyages Transatlantic cruise from Miami to Europe. And now we ask ourselves, have we found a better way to travel? Instead of cramped seats, airplane food, and jet lag, we had ocean views, gourmet dining, and 8 days to unwind, reconnect, and fully enjoy the journey before we even got to Europe.
What up,
though?
We're Shannon and Wendell, your favorite Detroit travel couple behind Black Love, Black Travel. In this video, we're sharing the 5 reasons we chose to sail from Miami to Europe on Virgin Voyages, a transatlantic cruise, our first ever, and why it just might be our favorite way to travel.
So here's what we're diving into in this video. First, we're going to talk about the cost and how the cost of a transatlantic cruise compares to flying and everything that is included with a Virgin Voyages sailing. Because the cost might surprise you. Mm-hmm. Number 2, what it's like to spend 8 days at sea and what a typical sea day look like for us. 3, the vibe on board and all the activities that are available. Number 4, of course, we're going to talk about the food. Gotta talk about the food. And 5, we're going to talk about the amazing ports that made this one of the most unforgettable trips that we have ever taken. Before we dive into this video, we would like to give thanks to Virgin Voyages for sponsoring this video. We are incredibly blessed and proud to say that Virgin Voyages invited us on this transatlantic sailing as travel influencers.
Whoa! They hosted us, yeah.
Yes, and so while they did cover the cost of the cruise, all of the opinions that we express in this video are completely our own. Because if you have followed us for any amount of time on Instagram or YouTube, you already know. We love Virgin Voyages, from the adults only vibe to the incredible food and the intentional diversity.
Yes.
Virgin Voyages is definitely our go-to for cruising, and right now they are running one of their best sales of the year. Tell me about it.
Well, you get a free balcony upgrade. What that means is you get a limited sea view terrace for the price of a sea view. In addition, they are offering 70% off your second sailor, 70% off. You also get a $300 onboard credit for Caribbean sailings 7 nights or longer. This deal only for a limited time, so use your exclusive link in the description to unlock the deal. Support our channel at the same time.
Now let's get into the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the price. Specifically, the cost of taking a transatlantic cruise from the U.S. to Europe compared to flying from the U.S. to Europe. And this may surprise you. So looking at a tangible example, the cruise that we were on was a 14-day sailing from Miami to Europe. Mm-hmm. It was 8 days at sea with port stops in 2 of the Canary Islands, Morocco, Valencia, and Barcelona. So 5 port stops. And we sailed from May 3rd, 2025 to May 18th. And the price for that cruise started at about $2,500. So that's like $1,250 a person for a 14-night sailing to Europe with amazing ports. Now, depending on when you book your flights and where you're flying from, of course, a one-way flight from the U.S. to Europe could cost anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a person, of course, depending on the airline. And that's just like for economy. So if you flying round trip, which most people do, that's like $1,000 to $2,000 a person easily. Yeah. But here is where it really gets interesting, because a transatlantic cruise with Virgin Voyages isn't just the transportation. It's your cabin for 14 nights. It's all your meals at Michelin level dining at no extra cost. Right. It is unlimited group fitness classes, entertainment shows, Wi-Fi, gratuities, essential drinks like pop, tea, and coffee. And on top of that, you visit these amazing ports. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the kicker. And so that 14-night sailing is is cheaper than a lot of Virgin Voyages 5 to 7 night sailings. So really it's a no-brainer.
Right.
And we talked to several people on board that said that that's why they booked a transatlantic cruise, because it was like the same price as a 5 to 7 night. Now, we're not saying that it's the right choice for everybody, but if you are looking for a slow, intentional travel that starts from the moment you step on board, this might be the best secret in cruising, for real.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that cruising is always a better choice over flying, but for us on this trip, it was hands down absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
So if you are getting any value out of this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps out our channel.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next, babe?
So what does 8 sea days in a row look like? What does it really look like? Because when I first looked at the itinerary, I was like, what? 8 sea days in a row? What are we going to do for 8 days? Because the cruises that we previously have sailed on were only 2 to 3 sea days. Being at sea for 8 days in a row, not getting off the ship, and not walking on land. So I was like, whoa.
Right. So I don't know if you remember, because when I first sent you the itinerary, you were like,
8 sea days.
What the hell? Sea days.
Right. But once we boarded the ship, and once you board the ship, the Virgin Voyages vibe just takes over. The reality of it is it's being at a 5-star resort on the sea with ocean views everywhere you turn. Because there's so much to do, so much to see, and the people are amazing. One of the things about the crew is that they're so approachable, and they don't mind telling you about themselves and where they're from.
Remember the guy in the galley who was doing 100 push-ups every day?
Oh yeah, I forgot his name, but he had like a really well-defined chest, and I was like, "Wow, you getting your workouts in?" He said he'd do 100 push-ups every day. I forgot where he was from, but he was we saw him every day in the galley, and
he remembered us by name. He would call us by name every time he saw us.
He remembered us by name. So the crew is amazing. And just like being at a 5-star resort on land, some days we just slept in and then hit the gym or the spa, because we're not big breakfast people. So typically our first meal of the day is around 11, 12 o'clock, maybe sometimes 1 o'clock.
Right, because we trying to keep to our
normal routine.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what. That's the vibe on Virgin Voyages. You can keep your normal routine, with all the entertainment of being on a Virgin Voyages cruise.
Right.
Yeah. Our first meal of the day was typically at the galley for lunch after a relaxing morning. Razzle Dazzle or the Wake were also options. Some days we relaxed in the jacuzzi, wandered the ship, and met a lot of amazing people. Actually, we met a couple, Rusty and Sherry.
Right.
And actually, his wife Sherry was from Detroit.
Right.
And we talked. She knew like the high schools and the streets. So it was really a pleasure to meet them. We prayed together too with Rusty and Sherry. Yeah, and then, you can catch some live music. We caught some live music during the day.
A lot of activities going on.
Going on, yeah. And for example, one day we took a Latin dance class, which was fun.
Although we was
it was in the manor.
Right.
Yeah, in the manor.
We was ballrooming in the Latin dance class.
It was really fun. Yeah. What else? Oh, one day while I was taking a nap, Shannon, she took a plating and photography class. Yeah. So how was that? Was that fun?
It was fun. Yeah. They showed you how to plate some of the meals that they make, like in the test kitchen, and then we took like Instagram photos of it. It was fun.
So with that being said, there's plenty to do on board. So eight sea days went past really fast. They got trivia games, shuffleboard. You can always go shopping. Afternoon tea. Yeah. What else? Speed puzzles, shows. They got arcade games, a whole arcade room.
At no cost, and all of it is at no cost.
Yeah, no cost, and live music. And this is my thing here. They got several fitness areas. You can go boxing in the boxing ring. They got pickleball. They got basketball court. Free weights, of course. And the cardio room. With stationary bikes, ellipticals, treadmills, and they have a variety of fitness classes. Yeah,
we did yoga one morning.
We did, didn't we? That was fun. And you name it, Virgin Voyages has it. Which is awesome. Of course, some days we just stayed in the cabin. And rested. We met a guy, Antonio, was that his name? Yeah, he spent most his days in the cabin because he was with our group on an excursion. Yeah. So the beauty of it all, is about it's your cruise. You can make it what you want to make it. It's finding something that you enjoy, and there's plenty to do on board.
Right.
But one of the highlights for me and Shannon is the redemption spot.
Oh, God.
The redemption spot.
The mud room.
Oh, God. They got the dry sauna. They got the wet sauna. They got the cold plunges. They got the salt room and the mud room.
The mud room.
Yeah, she loves it when I rub you down with mud, don't you?
The first time it was a group of ladies in there, they were like, "Oh my! Now that's how you get the mud put on you."
And I enjoy doing it anyway. So, yeah, and of course,
date night.
Every night is date night on Virgin Voyages. Yeah. So whether we went out to dinner, at one of the Michelin 5-star restaurants.
And it's really like you're going to a restaurant, not like you're going to like a food hall.
A food hall, right. The cafeteria.
Right.
Or whether we went to a comedy show or listened to some live music. Or, one night we were at the place called The Groupie where we did karaoke with another couple. Entertainment is all over the ship. Yeah. And a couple of nights, we ordered pizza and pizza place, and just watched a movie or a television series in the cabin. Because
we watched a whole series.
Yeah, what was it?
White Lotus.
White Lotus. Yeah.
Season 2.
Because Virgin Voyages has a variety of television and TV series of entertainment in the room.
Yeah.
When we first told people we were going on a transatlantic cruise, we heard all kind of stuff. Things like, so you're going to be on a boat for 8 days. Yeah, I think our chiropractor said that. Somebody else said, the thought of being on a boat or at sea for 8 days gives me anxiety, right?
Exact opposite for us.
Right.
Like, are you kidding? I'm like, are you kidding? I can't wait to get on that ship and relax.
And relax and unwind.
Yes.
And the reality is the thing about it, it doesn't even feel like you're on a ship. It feels like, and the vibe is, you're on land at a 5-star resort, and it's a plethora of things to do. Because, we're the type of couple, we could spend our whole vacation at a resort, and never leave the resort.
And we have in Tulum. We went to Tulum and never left the resort for a week and had a wonderful time.
Yeah. So 8 days at sea, it really felt like a vacation before the vacation, and especially on Virgin Voyages.
Yep.
Yeah. If you've ever taken a transatlantic cruise, please let us know in the comments.
And let us know if you would do it again. Like if you've taken one and if you would do it again.
Because we sure will.
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely. Yeah.
So now let's talk about the vibe. Because the vibe on a transatlantic cruise is different from a regular cruise. When you say?
Yeah, it's laid back.
Yeah.
Yes, laid back, relaxing.
Right. So the number one reason we like Virgin Voyages so much, and it's our favorite cruise line, is because there are no children on board. It is adults only. So a lot of people hear adults only, they think it's like, you know, raunchy or something like that. Now they do have some adult themed shows, and the ice cream place, Lick Me Till Ice Cream, but really it means 18 and over, right? Mm-hmm. It's because I don't like the vacation with kids. I just don't.
Me neither.
And the vibe is just completely different without kids running around, screaming, whining, throwing tantrums. And then, you know, you always see the parents trying to appease the kids, you know, with, you know, the phones or iPads or foods or here, honey,
mm-hmm.
you know, do this. And then they're just like, you know, just trying to keep the kids entertained. And like, that's a disruption to my peace. And I don't want to travel with kids. Or sometimes you don't see the parents at all. The kids are just wandering around the ship, all in the jacuzzi, running up and down the hallways. And, you know, you're like, where is your mama and your daddy?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So because Virgin Voyages is adults only, the energy on board is like a mix between like a wellness resort and, like Wendell said, an all-inclusive resort.
Yeah, wellness resort. That was a good comparison. A wellness resort. Yeah.
So they really changed the game by making a cruise adults only. So Wendell touched on all the activities already that they have on board. They have so many things to do. And you can do those things, or you could do nothing at all.
Right. Yeah.
Did you talk about Antonio? Did you mention it?
Yeah, the guy, the gentleman we met. He's from Portland, Oregon. I think.
Yeah, we never saw him except for on our excursion because he just chilled in his cabin. But that's the things, and he had already booked his next transatlantic cruise. He liked it that much. It was his first cruise, and it was he chose to take a transatlantic, and he books the next one. Yeah. So that's the thing. So you can make it what you want. And so the vibe on board, I was saying that it's different because it's an older crowd, because it's 14 days, and so there are a lot of retirees on board, right? But it's also a lot of people our age and younger, you know. But it's definitely a slower place. I mean, slow travel. But there are also parties available. The same parties that are available on regular sailings are available on transatlantic. But we can't tell you about those parties because we didn't go to none of them. And so some people might find that boring. But that's what we like to do.
Because we always say, okay, at 11 o'clock we're going to go see the DJ.
Never.
We never make it for some reason.
Make it. And that's the beautiful thing about Virgin is you can make it be what you want to be. Yeah. So, baby, you got anything to add?
No. I mean, no, you can make the cruise what you want it to be for yourself. You know? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, next point is the food.
Food. Yeah. The second reason Virgin Voyages is our favorite cruise line is because there's no buffets. You know, there's no main dining room. There's no what is that when the captain's dinner?
Yeah.
You know, there's none of that stuff. You know, and the food on Virgin Voyages is amazing. You know, they have over 20 eateries on board. And it's specialty dining, you know, and there's no extra charge for it. You don't have to pay extra. Our go-to spot is Extra Virgin for Italian. They have beautiful, that steak is less.
Best steak is that.
Yeah. What's that?
Extra Virgin.
Yeah. Extra Virgin, right. And Pink Agave is one of our favorites for seafood. Is it seafood?
Mexican.
Mexican. And then the Lucky Lotus Yeah, for Asian cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like our favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed the menu, I think. Didn't they change the menu?
Well, it was Razzle Dazzle, and then they changed it completely to Lucky Loading. That's only on the Scarlet Lady.
Yeah, Scarlet. Razzle Dazzle and the Wake for brunch.
Brunch. Don't miss it.
Are a must. Yeah. And then, during the day we usually have casual bites, and we usually go to the galley, the Sun Club Cafe,
Poke Bowls,
or the Dock House, the Dock House, and of course the pizza place.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course Shannon has to always have her lick me ice cream during the day, right? Yeah, she likes. Well, that's a whole nother story at night.
Right.
But anyway, she loves to have her ice cream during the day.
The food on Virgin Voyages, all the food, chef's kiss.
And the service is
excellent.
Excellent. 5-star service.
Yes.
The desserts. You can have as many desserts as you want.
Exactly. A lot of people complain, saying that the plates are so small. Well, get another one.
Yeah.
But if you are a foodie, Virgin Voyages is a foodie's paradise.
And typically the wait staff, they're like, well, if you can't make up your mind, why don't you just try one of everything?
Exactly.
Like, okay.
I'll bring you one of everything.
Right, yeah. Well, we were at Lucky Lotus. And remember she brought
oh my gosh, she kept bringing out food.
Right.
I'm like, if you bring it, I'm going to eat it.
Right.
So please stop bringing out the food.
Right.
But we got to taste just about everything on the menu because she just kept bringing it out.
Bringing it out.
But
I don't know what. Maybe she did.
I think because I know I had ordered the pineapple fried rice and she forgot it. But then
that's right.
Then it was we didn't want it anymore.
And then
but she brought it anyway.
And then when we mentioned it to her that she forgot it, she just started bringing out and stuff. Okay, and we just ate it all.
Stuffed ourselves.
The rollers out of here.
Okay, so now let's talk about the port. So after 8 days at sea, being rested and connected, not jet lagged or worn out, we made it to Europe.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good Monday morning.
Monday morning, May the 12th. Yeah.
After 8 long days crossing the Atlantic Ocean, seeing nothing but God's deep blue sea for 8 days, we have finally made it to land. And we are in
Spain.
We're in Spain. We sailed from Miami to Spain, y'all. Can you believe it? We are specifically in the Canary Islands. That's our first port stop. And the island we are on is Santa Cruz de Tenerife.
Santa Cruz.
So here, let me show y'all. So we just got up and got dressed. We have an excursion planned, so we're gonna bring y'all along for that. But
beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
The earth comes out of the water.
Absolutely amazing.
It's incredible.
It is amazing.
How the earth just rises up out of the water. Look at the clouds over those mountains over there.
Look at the mountains. Look how huge they are compared to and I don't know if y'all can see, but they're little towns in those alcoves of the mountains. They look so tiny from here, but there are houses and buildings. Look at that little town right there compared to these gigantic mountains. It's crazy.
Traffic over there
on that little street.
The
little winding street.
Barges I don't know what is this, a canal?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be on one of those little streets on our excursion. Oh yeah, I see them. They look like little ants. It's amazing. Absolutely beautiful.
First
Absolutely
bird I've
beautiful. Right.
A bird, land.
So pretty. I can't believe we all the way on the other side of the world.
The continent of Europe. We're on the continent of Europe. We're not too far from the continent of Africa.
Right off the coast of Africa, which
North
we will
Africa.
be in, right, in Morocco
Yeah.
later on this week. But let's address the elephant in the room.
What's the elephant in the room? I'm clean shaven.
I got a new husband, y'all.
Check it out. Man.
Got a skin clean. I ain't never seen his face like
No
this.
mustache.
No mustache.
Feels funny. Different.
You look nice, baby.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
All right, so we about
let's
to
go
go
get some
down and
coffee.
get our coffee, and because we don't get off the ship until we have to meet at our meeting place for 9 a.m. for our excursion, and it's like an 8-hour excursion. So, but we won't take y'all with us.
Yeah.
So we'll check back in with y'all later. Okay.
Bye.
And this was hands down a trip of a lifetime for us so far, because
Yeah,
it was
so
our
far.
first time in Europe, our first time in Africa.
Yeah.
We visited 2 of the Canary Islands, which sit just off the coast of Africa.
Yeah.
Tenerife and Gran Canaria. So these islands reminded me so much of Hawaii, and I think that's because they are volcanic islands.
Yeah.
Like they have black sand beaches, lush lush mountains, and just beautiful.
Amazing views.
So in Tenerife, we were saying it wrong at first. We were saying Tenerife.
Right. We were saying Tenerife.
It's Tenerife.
And then, because I from the tour guide,
Yeah.
he said Tenerife. I was like, oh, okay. That's how
we've
you
been
pronounce
saying it wrong.
Right.
So when we got there, so we took a tour. We had an excursion, and we went all the way up these mountains, and we had a Berequito.
Berequito.
It's like a layered coffee special to Tenerife. We had it at this place called Mosca. It's only about 50 people who live there. Amazing place.
Yeah.
Valencia, though, ended up being one of my favorites because it's so charming and laid back, at least where we were. And it's like exactly what I would think when I think of Spain. The cobblestone streets and cafes and shops and historic buildings.
People and the history and
So we had coffee there too.
We did, yes. Coffee connoisseurs.
And then in Morocco, we visited Casablanca and the capital city, Rabat. And this was a powerful experience. It really wasn't long enough. It was a long excursion, but it's so much to do and so much to see there and experience. So, but we did get a chance to experience like the culture. We went to the mosque. We had some
Hassan II Mosque.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful
place.
Stunning place. We had some authentic Moroccan food, and I had to get my Moroccan argan oil before I left. So it was a beautiful, beautiful trip, and I really can't wait to get back to these places.
So our final stop, the final port was Barcelona, Spain. And we stayed a couple of nights after we
disembarked.
Disembarked.
From the ship. And in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then we stayed there for a couple of days.
Couple of nights in Barcelona at a beautiful hotel, boutique hotel. We didn't have any plans when we got to Barcelona, which was different for us.
Different for me.
Yeah, she's a planner, and I'm a free spirit. Sometimes we not on the same frequency.
But we get there.
Yeah. So once we checked in the hotel, we talked to the staff at the hotel, and we decided to do a city bus tour. Yeah, city bus tour.
Hop on, hop off.
Hop on, hop off.
Yeah.
And We hopped off at a places like Sagrada Familia.
Yeah. Beautiful.
A church. That church been under construction for like 140 years.
Crazy.
And it's still under construction, but it's amazing. The architecture, beautiful place, and we didn't get a chance to go inside, not this time.
Right.
But we're gonna go back, and so we enjoyed that. We also strolled down La Rambla. Yeah, and that's Barcelona's most famous and busiest street.
People everywhere.
It was amazing. And
a lot of shops and stores and like high-end stores, and the market was there. So
that market.
Yeah.
That market blew my mind. Yeah. And we couldn't leave without visiting the market.
Yeah.
La Boqueria Market.
Sorry, y'all. We ain't saying this right, but we doing our best.
Never seen anything like it in my life. Market full of vendors, and they were selling all kind of cuisine, fruit, everything. We saw them making paella, and you got sweets, you got chicken, you got fish, you got seafood, you name it.
It had like a whole pig and intestines and like the snout and the hooves and all kind of crazy stuff.
It's a beautiful market, and the people were beautiful, and we really enjoyed that market. We really enjoyed that.
So we're gonna do a vlog for each of those stops, a detailed vlog on those stops at the ports that we visited on this transatlantic cruise. So make sure you follow us and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when we post them.
Right, we're gonna take you right along with us.
Right. So we weren't the only ones who loved this transatlantic sailing. We talked to a lot of people because it was full. I mean, like 2,700 people. It was a full sailing. And I was surprised, but it was a lot of people there. And we had a chance to talk to some of them about their experience. And we're going to share a few clips so you can hear what they have to say. So tell us your names, where are you from, and tell us about your Virgin experience and your transatlantic experience.
I'll let my wife start.
Okay, so I'm sorry, my name is Katrina Brown. We're Drew and Katrina Brown. We're from Atlanta, Georgia. And this is our 6/7th Virgin cruise. This is actually our second transatlantic cruise.
Oh, wow.
And we have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been 15 days of nothing but fun. It has been relaxing. That's what I love about the Virgin brand so much, is that there is the party if you want it, and then there is the relaxation if you need it. It is adult, professional. That's the thing. It's not your 20-something-year-old spring breakers, all about the party. Although the party is here if you want it. The food is fantastic. There's cuisine, meals for everybody, whatever. I love the no nickel and diming. Love that part. What you pay for, is what you get. The service has been exceptional. We have actually made friends. Like some of our wait staff that we had on our last cruise, they remembered us, and as soon as we boarded, hey, Drew and Katrina, they knew exactly who we were. The ladies at the breakfast bar, when I show up, she already knows exactly what it is I'm picking up, what I need. She's already got it in her hand, handing it to me. It's just amazes me how well they are so in tune with the sailors, and they make you feel like you're at home, and that it's family. And so for us, Virgin is probably going to be the only cruise line we will probably.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like this.
What's your name?
Yeah, hi. My name is Ben.
And where are you from?
I'm from Boston.
Okay, so have you done a transatlantic cruise before?
This is my first cruise of any kind. So yeah, this is my first transatlantic cruise altogether.
So why did you choose a transatlantic cruise as your first cruise?
I just wanted something kind of like relaxing to do. Like I wanted kind of like a chill atmosphere, something to get easy, take care of the vacation. It makes it easy to see a lot of different places.
And what's been your experience?
It's been great. I was kind of worried there wouldn't be enough to do aboard the ship, but there's plenty of entertainment. There's always things going on. There's new people to meet, so it's been a really great time.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice.
From Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. All right.
That's my daughter. Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is your second transatlantic?
Yes, my second transatlantic, but I've been doing Virgin since 2021.
Okay.
On Scarlet.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I was there with the lady ship in October. But I like the transatlantic one because you get to enjoy the ship.
Yes.
Not jumping in and on.
Yes.
You really
Port to
feel
port,
like
yeah.
you're on vacation and they spoil you. So I'm hoping they kept that up, but you get to relax.
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy the ship, you get to enjoy the shows, and enjoy the Mediterranean shrimp in the back. Okay. At the dock house.
Yes.
You know about the dock
I
house.
know. The shrimp and the steak
And
is
ice
the
cream.
go-to.
The little gems is what counts. Everybody got to get them shrimps, man.
Yes.
You try to catch them before they close.
It's so good to see y'all. So nice to have met you before. And we will be seeing you on board.
And your name?
Oh, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Wendell.
Yeah.
First time it starts?
No need to be nervous. So tell us your name. What is your name and where are you from?
Gabriela Bustillo,
And where are you from?
Miami, Florida.
Okay, and so you were just telling me that this is your 4th transatlantic on Virgin.
Correct.
Tell us why. Why do you like them?
I love the concept of Virgin. It's very special. And not only that, it's only one jet lag. So usually when we head to Europe, we have plans to travel to other places. So that's what I enjoy. The relaxing first 8 days, 7 nights sailing.
So what do you do all day?
I read, do yoga, enjoy all the activities that the ship has, too many, music. I sit and just listen, it's amazing.
So how is a transatlantic for you different than like a regular cruise?
The different cruises, like you feel so free. And not only that, the concept of no kids for me is great. Even though I love kids, but we need that break.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. So hearing from other sailors on board confirmed what we were feeling, because this was a new experience for us, and this is not your typical cruise. And for a lot of people, it's their favorite way to travel.
Yeah.
This was such a game changer for us that we are already planning our next couples cruise on a transatlantic with Virgin Voyages. So be sure to follow us. If you've ever wanted to do something like this, sail across the Atlantic, follow our channel so you don't miss when we post about our next couples cruise.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it, yeah. Transatlantic. It was a trip. It was, I would say, our best trip ever.
Definitely.
Yeah, best trip ever.
Yeah. So until next time.
Until next time.
Keep black loving.
Keep black loving.
And black traveling. We'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.